across the road. There's another one. We still could have got one if we hadn't built our tags. 2, 3. Let's see how big the group is.
You guys ready to go get something to eat?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's eat!
Hi, welcome to Hunt and Gather with the Chatters. Today we're going to be in central Arizona on a javelina hunt, and we both have tags, rifle tags, so we're super excited about this hunt. Typically we're going to be glassing hills and trying to spot javelina and then move within shooting range and get a steady rest and make it happen. Are you ready to go get something to eat? Let's do it. So this is basically what we're looking for, these hills that face the south so they stay warm, you know, which this time of year that's what the javelina are wanting. And they got prickly pear on them, also mixed with juniper, so that gives them a bedding site. And the nice thing about the slope is it allows you to actually see them.
So here's some fairly fresh prickly pear that's been eaten on. And we're seeing a lot of that and some tracks, so I think we're in the right location. Here's another bedding tree, and look at all that poop. All different ages, sizes. Let's see if any of it's wet. It's all pretty old, but man, there's a lot of it. I'm gonna catch up with him now. Alright, this is a welcome sign. We've already checked 2 other tanks that almost always have water, and they were bone dry. So we're really excited about seeing this. That means that there's still gonna be some javelina in the area. And check this out. Those are all javelina tracks. Yeah, that's exciting.
Walked, I kid you not, 11 plus miles, and we did not see a single javelina. We did see one white-tailed deer. We saw some sign, but it was sparse, and a lot of it was old. So we are going to go to an area where we think we can get closer to that tank that we found some sign on, because it's the only place that we actually found fresh sign, but it's a 3-mile hike back in there. And that's a long ways to hike first thing in the morning and try and get there before the javelina. So we're gonna see if we can't find a shortcut, because we got our map master over there.
I think I know a way to get within a mile of the tank, and not only that, it'll be about the same elevation, so you don't, right now we have to go 3 miles and it's a huge elevation climb up. So if we can go a mile and have it be relatively flat ground, that would be awesome.
Yeah, that's the plan. Worst case scenario, we know we can get within 2 miles of the tank, but again, it's not great, but better than the 3. So we'll see what we can find.
Okay, so Aaron is a master map person, but there are roads that he thought were going to be open are not open. So that means that we were only able to get 2 miles within the distance. And we're headed there now. It's about 6:45. We're hoping to get there before the javelina come in. And it's a trick, isn't it? He's got nothing. He doesn't talk when we're hiking or when we're hunting. Alright, let's get there. Alright, we got to our water hole. It's about 7:45 in the morning. And we got a perfect setup. We're 100 yards downwind. Lots of Javelina sign. We're super excited. for sure got one pig down. We're hoping for two. Okay. Let's see. Let's go check it out.
Yes.
You
Two
did so
javelinas,
good.
man. This is exciting because I was starting to give up hope on this.
I was too, because it was later in the day, and we were pretty sure that when we found the water yesterday that the javelina had already come in, and that was about noon, and we're looking at 1:30, and so I thought, yeah, we either got here a little bit too late, or they're just not going to come in today because it has been a little bit cooler. But then right now, they came in, and I was so excited when they actually hung around long enough for me to get a shot too, so that was awesome.
Yeah, you did awesome because I racked on shell as fast as I could. And by the way, the reason I had dibs is we were playing a card game and I won it.
Hold on, let me take it. All right, so you had dibs on the first one, so I had to wait to take my shot. So why is it that you had dibs?
So we played a card game about a week ago to decide who would get dibs, and I ended up winning. And so, but I was hoping we could somehow do a double, so it was frustrating. The pigs came down in the water, but because of the curvature of the berm, I didn't have a shot, and it was taking a long time. And then finally this one gave me a shot, and I took it and I racked in a shell real quick. Couldn't even confirm if I hit it or not, and I gave Cindy the gun, and it looked like all the pigs were gonna take off, but this one got like probably
50 yards?
I was gonna say 35, 40 yards away from us, and it stood there, and it was watching her, and finally turned and gave her a shot, and she made a smoking shot and went down right then. And then we'll get him in the shade and skin him out. And we're gonna have to debone the meat because it's a long hike out of here.
I know. So excited. Yep. I got a good one. Hi, guy. We got them skinned out, and we're getting ready to bone them out. We're hoping that we can actually get back to the truck in time before dark, but we still got a lot of work ahead of us, and then the haul back is going to be with weight, so we'll see how it goes. All right, we're on our way back now. How's it feel? Is it a lot of weight?
It's about like a deer, so it's a deer deboned, so it's not too bad.
It's manageable?
It's manageable. We'll take a few breaks.
Yeah, tell me at the 2 mile mark if you still think it's manageable. Check this out. We're walking back, and we cross a javelina. Or a couple. Look, they're getting ready to cross the road. There's another one.
Easy. We still could have got one if we hadn't built our tags.
2, 3. Let's see how big the group is.
Let's give them a minute so we don't spook them in case there's another hunter in the general area that wants a shot at them later. That's awesome.
That's a big old boy. Where's your buddies? He sounded the alarm.
Okay, so we got back and we got our meat all ready to turn into something delicious. Today we're gonna make wild game brats, javelina brats, I guess. And this recipe can be found in our cookbook, which can be found on Amazon. It's very reasonably priced. You should check it out. But before we actually get into the specifics on how to make brats, we obviously got to remove the meat from the bone and then cube it up small enough that we can run it through our grinder. So here we go. I really like a fillet knife for doing this kind of work. You can just really get every shred of meat off the bone. But basically, depending on how big your grinder is, you're going to want to cube it up into pieces about that big as far as the grinder we have. And that's what we're doing. We're also trimming off any cartilage we might see. If we see some fat, we're going to leave it on. Since we're making brats, we actually add a little fat to it, so there's no point in trimming off a bunch of the fat. Okay, so our fat, we just cut it up in cubes just like you would the meat. And you just buy it from like your grocery store butcher, you know. They usually sell it to you really cheap, like 50 cents a pound kind of thing. And then we grind it just like we would our meat. And that way we can mix it in with our ground meat before we make the brats.
And we're doing about 10% fat to the 90% javelina, and that actually makes a really tasty brat. Typically the ones that you get in the store, they're anywhere from 30 to 50% fat, and they taste great, but I'm telling you, the 10% with wild game, it hits the spot.
Yeah, I agree. The 10%'s enough that it tastes flavorful, and yet you're not killing yourself, so it's a good compromise.
Definitely. All right, I have all of the ingredients prepared. Aaron's even rinsed the casings. You do want to rinse the casings. They're packed in salt, and they have a real weird smell, but they taste delicious. So don't be afraid to use the real thing. They sell some natural or some synthetic ones that are okay, but nothing beats the real deal. So you'll rinse your casings, and then you have them soaking in water just so that they're going to be more pliable later on. As far as our mix, I am using the recipe. I'm basing my recipe amounts on how much meat I'm working with. So I've already done the mix for that. And it's basically salt, pepper, mustard powder, ginger, nutmeg, and I just mix that all together. And one of the things that I like to do is I like to mix in my seasonings or my spices with my fat, because the fat's a lot more easy to see distributed through the meat. And so if I get this mixed in really well with my fat, and then I get my fat really mixed in well, then I know that I've got a good mix. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. All right, so I got my fat and my seasonings mixed together, and I ended up using maybe a half a cup of beer to kind of moisten everything. And I just evenly distributed it. Now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna mix it together. You might have noticed these other ingredients that I had here to the side. It's jalapenos and cheese. It's 1 cup of diced jalapenos, fresh, and then 2 cups of cheddar cheese, just cubed like 1/4 inch size. I'm gonna wait to add those to the very end, just because I don't want to smash my cheese up so that it's no longer in its cube form, and the jalapenos just because, I don't know, it just made sense to mix all the bigger stuff at the end. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'll get the fat mixed in real well, and then we'll do our add-ins. All right, we're real excited. We got a great amount of brats, kind of all sizes, and you can cut off your intestine early if you'd like, but ultimately we just let the intestine length become the quantity that it's gonna be. So this is a 6er, we got some 5s, we got some 8s, but we're gonna just double bag them and freeze them. And these are good anywhere from 1 to 3 years, depending on how you package it. But something that's been golden for us is these freezer bags, and we just double bag them, and we're good to go for 2 to 3 years. Let's eat! All right, who's going first?
You can go first.
Well, I was gonna go first.
All right.
So I did a little hot mustard, barbecue sauce, and diced onions on mine.
Oh, nice.
So. Yeah, I swear javelina were made for brats. They're the right size, so it doesn't wear you out too much making them, and it just goes perfect with the seasoning. Yeah.
I love it. Really juicy. I got a bite that has cheese and jalapeno in it. We did go a little light on that, but overall, great flavor. And looking forward to the next bite.
Yeah, it's really, really good. I didn't get any jalapeno, but I think I got some cheese.
Well, thanks for watching Hunt and Gather with the Chatters.
We'll see you next time when we go get something to eat.
And please subscribe.